What is up, Super Fam and Bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today, for our open discussion, we are talking about top 5 comic book movies. And for our pop culture news, we have a new poster for Transformers Rise of the Beast. The Super Mario Bros. Movie releases digitally tomorrow. Crypto the Superdog will appear in Superman Legacy. And in Scoop Central, we're talking Blade, Midnight Suns, and Secret Invasion. So you already know it's time to get nerdy, and I hope everybody is ready. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday, or having a marvelous Monday, I should say. Excuse me. I hope everyone's having a marvelous Monday. You already know what we're going to be doing today. And we're just starting off the week right as we can, as good and as tender as we can as well. I think I'm a little loud there. My bad. Let's turn that down a little bit. So yeah, we're going to get into our open discussion here in a second. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you drop a like on the stream, because it helps out with everything that we're doing around here. And you can also follow us on social media at Marvel Bros. Stay up to date with all the latest news and movie reviews that we post every single day. And you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito. Stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions about whatever particular thing I am particularly partaking in within that particular time. You feel me? I hope everybody's having a marvelous Monday. I'm going to say that a few times today. You already know how it goes. I see a few people in the chat. I'm going to get to you guys in just momentarily. But yeah, for our today, for our open discussion, we are talking about top 5 comic book movies. And the reason that we're talking about what are your top 5 comic book movies for our open discussion is because James Gunn actually recently came out and picked his top 5 comic book movies. And so we're like, it just made me think, like, hey, what's my top 5 comic book movies? What are your top 5 comic book movies? But first, let's talk about what James Gunn's top 5 comic book movies are. And I don't know what particular order this may be in, right? Because, yeah, I'm not sure. But here we go. Wait, I meant to go here. Bam. So, starting off with number 1, Into the Spider-Verse for James Gunn, and then Superman. He just said it just said Superman, so I'm not sure what Superman particularly he's speaking about, but one of the Supermans is definitely there. A movie called A History of Violence, another movie called Old Boy. I haven't heard of either of those. And then finally, Deadpool. So those are James Gunn's top 5 comic book movies. Those are his top 5 favorite comic book movies. And I want to know, what are your guys' top 5 favorite comic book movies? We're going to talk about mine, of course. But before we can talk about what my actual top 5 favorite comic book movies are, I feel like I have to preface this with something, because this is how I feel about these things when it comes to comic book movies. I feel like on one side there are comic book movies, and then on the other side there are superhero movies. So I don't believe that every superhero movie is a comic book movie, and I don't believe that every comic book movie is a superhero movie. I think that's kind of, to me, that's kind of obvious, but I know it's not for everyone else, so that's why I kind of wanted to just make a note of that before I talk about what my favorite comic book movies are. I also wanted to, say that this is dope that James Gunn actually put some animated movies into his top 5 comic book movie list, because so often people just, they don't, they don't care about comic book stuff, or at least animated stuff. They don't see it as actual, being able to actually list everything out the proper way. But I just do feel like, we should just say there are comic book movies and then there are superhero movies. So some movies that I may not say are probably because they fall in that line of superhero movie rather than comic book movie, in my opinion. But before we get into that, or before we go any further, let's jump into the chat and see how all of you amazing Superfam and Brovengers are doing today. Mari Sue, I believe. Wait, I can't get to your comment. Let's get. Oh, it's because all of this stuff is in the way. Okay, let's Okay. I can't get to that first comment, but let's see what you said. Man, coming up with my top 5 comic book movies was a lot easier back when there was like 10 total. Hey, I agree with you there. You know what I mean? Like, it never was really difficult to talk about what the top 5 comic. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, is it not? My bad. I thought I had this all ready to go, guys. That's my bad. Let's do that again. Boom. Yeah. Coming up with my top 5 comic book movies was a lot easier back when there was like 10 total. And I really agree with that. We have so many more comic book movies at our disposal nowadays than we did before. There's comic book movies, superhero movies, all types of movies are just getting made left and right now. Before it was like, if it wasn't, you had like Spider-Man and then X-Men. Like, those are your choices. You know what I mean? But now we just have a plethora of things that, can be put into that category, whether it's from DC or Marvel, which are basically the only ones that are really doing comic book stuff now, to be completely honest. But, if we were talking about television shows, Invincible, The Boys would definitely be my honorable mentions for my favorite comic book stuff. Invincible is probably one of my favorite comic book anything that's ever been made. And that's probably my top one for just comic book media, period. But since we're talking specifically about about movies, I'm not going to mention Invincible in that. It's just like I said, one of my honorable mentions. But we're going to get into that deeper here soon. Hi, humans. Yo, what's up with it, Derp? I hope you're having a good one, Derpy. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Ooh, Marisu got her top 5 quick with it. Endgame, Batman 89, Superman 78, Civil War, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, and that's my very tentative list. Okay. I think those are all pretty solid. To be fair, I have not seen 3 out of those 5. I have not seen Batman 89. I haven't seen Superman 78, and I'm pretty sure I have not seen Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. I know you guys are gonna probably just get on my helmet for that one, but it's true. I haven't. Okay, I haven't seen it. Let's see. I don't really care one way or the other about crypto, but I'd watch an entire movie about Ace the Bat Hound. In fact, that would be perfect for Batflick. Hey, you know what? Batflick is not. He said he's not even down for what James Gunn is doing with the DCU. Anyway, so that would, I think it would be dope to see him do something. I recently watched Jack Reacher Reacher on Amazon Prime for the first time, and let me tell you, my G, he needs to be Batman. Like, bruh needs to be Batman 100%. I am so down with I don't know what his name is, but I believe he was Aquaman. We were talking about him also being Aquaman. I am now there. I'm now on the list of him possibly being Batman. I'm all for that, especially since he's supposed to be older. All the things we know. Yeah, I'm for that all the way. How you liking the new place, Sensei? Yo, I'm liking the new place a lot, Marcy. I'm not going to lie. It's really nice. The family loves it. Our old house that we had, it was just, like, humongous. In the old house that we lived in, my mom and my granny, they both lived with us in the house. And then my mom, she moved out, got her own place. My granny moved into with her with my uncle, with her son. So our house was just humongous. It felt like for us, and then with the kids and just having to clean up and all that stuff, it was a lot going on. So we were like, you know what, it's time to get something a little closer to what's going on with our family basically. And now we have a huge backyard. And it's just like perfect for our family now. It's awesome. And I got my office, as you can see. So that's all, as long as I got my office to where I can work, then I'm good. As long as I can work, I'm good. So we're vibing, and the kids are loving it, and Remy is loving it. We're big vibing in this house, no cap. So I definitely appreciate I appreciate you asking, Marisu. I hope you're doing well. If you ask me again in 10 minutes, I'll probably give you a completely different list of top 5 movies. Okay, well, I'll ask you again in 10 minutes, and we'll see. Hi, everyone. Yo, what's up with the Marvel Cuphead? It's been a while since we've seen you. Yo, everybody welcome Marvel Cuphead into the chat. Yo, we got Marvel Cuphead in the house. Shout out to the guy. How you doing, Mr. Cuphead? I hope you're having a marvelous Monday indeed, as I hope everyone else is having a marvelous Monday as well. Oh, I got a little cords tied up over here. There we go. Aquaman 2 coming out soon, Mr. Bro, in November. I know. You know what? I was just talking about Remy. I was just talking to Remy about this not too long before the show. She was just getting all the tickets for all the movies that are going to be coming out within the next 30 days. And there are so many movies coming out, you guys. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get, just get it in order. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much. We have this week we have Fast X, and then I think next week is like The Little Mermaid or something, and then we have it's just movie after movie after movie for these next like 30 days. Every week there's a movie coming out, and then Remy was just like, "Yo, are we going to the IMAX for all of these?" And she's like, "Cause that's a lot of going back and forth, because we don't have the IMAX in our city. We have to drive about an hour to where the IMAX is." She was like, "Yo, that's a lot of back and forth." I was like, "You're not lying. That is a lot of back and forth." She said, "We definitely gonna have to figure out which ones we will see IMAX, which ones we won't see." And I gotta watch basically every every Fast and the Furious movie this week, so I can watch Fast X, because I know that's gonna be not an event, but it's a pop culture thing. So I definitely want to be up on that, and I'm gonna get into that for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of movies coming out, and I want to know if you guys are gonna be checking those out as well. Like I said, we got so many movies coming out in these next like 30 to 45 days, because I think even after those 30 days, there's still a couple other movies. The Flash, we just got everything coming out next, so it's going to be insane. Across the Spider-Verse, all these movies are coming out, and it's going to be wild, so I'm definitely hyped to see that, or check that out, or see what's going to happen. Batman 89 is required viewing. Okay, I'm going to have to definitely check that out. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to tune in with it for sure. Like I said, I got to watch every Fast and Furious movie this week, and I have until the Flash movie to like really have to watch that Batman 89, because I know I don't have to watch it. Like, I know it's not cohesive in the fact that we're picking up directly after where we leave off within the last movie, but it is that same Batman, and that universe is going to matter. So I definitely do want to watch it, check it out, see what's going on, because that is Keaton's Batman, right? If I'm not mistaken, Batman 89 is Keaton's Batman. Love the setup. Yo, I appreciate you, Francis. How you doing today? Everybody shout out to Francis. Welcome into the chat, my guy. I hope you're having a good one today. I hope you're definitely having a marvelous Monday. I'm going to have to make that like a sound bite or something, I can't believe the Fast franchise is still going. I'm pretty sure my mom took me to the first one in middle school. Damn. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying, Marcy? But damn. Like, that was a long time ago. Yeah, yo, that's crazy. Holy moly, that is wild. It has been a long time. I think I was in like kindergarten when the first movie. No, I'm just playing, Marcy. I think I was in like elementary school maybe when the first movie came out. And I remember even when that movie came out, I was like, yo, this is dope. And then once I found out there was like 40 of them, I was like, bro, I'm not watching these. Like, I think I watched the first two, maybe three. And I have not seen the entire movie from beginning to end, for sure. Because my love of movies, like how I have a love for them now, that didn't start until not later. Like, when I watched those movies, I didn't care about movies like that, watching, like, I just remembered yesterday watching like, the Star Wars movies, because my mom loved movies though, so she had like all of the trilogies of everything when I was growing up. So when I first watched Star Wars, I watched it from 1 to 6, you know what I mean, in that order, and it was freaking amazing. It was amazing, and then from then on, I just loved watching movies after I don't even remember what age I was. And there was a movie called Dinotopia. There was a movie called The Count of Monte Cristo. And all of those movies, like, I liked movies like that. You know what I mean? I didn't like the race car movies when I was younger. So, like, I wasn't really into the Fast franchise. I was into, like I said, The Count of Monte Cristo and just all of these other movies that were, like, way bigger on narrative, I guess you could say. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the interesting things that's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm hyped to, like, jump into the universe and kind of get back to it and see what's going on. I don't know if I think I watched the one where, oh, man, I can't think of his name. But when Brett passes away, and then at the end, they're like, when I see you again. You know what I mean? Like, I think I saw that one. But I don't like remember any of it like that. Like, I remember little bits and pieces, and then like I remember like spoofs of it. You know what I mean? So I definitely got to get into that. And I think there's like even an animated show on like Netflix that's somehow cohesive to something. I don't know if that's fact. Maybe that's Need for Speed. I don't know if there's both. Glad to be here. Love this as my Monday staple. Big fan of Batman 89. It's not really comparable. Still rewatchable. Hey, yo, hey, we're happy to have you here as well, brother. Definitely. Give you a big old smooch. And yeah, bro, Batman 89, I do hear a whole bunch of amazing things about it, but I just have not, I don't know, I just haven't really watched it. I think that's another one that I've seen like bits and pieces of. Like I've seen bits and pieces of almost every movie, but I haven't really watched a movie like in my current state of like coherent of being coherent. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't watched anything, so that's why I really do want to watch all these movies that you guys are talking about too. I definitely want to watch Batman 89. And then I want to watch those movies that was even on James Gunn's list, A History of Violence and Old Boy. I don't know either of those comics, but they are both comics and movies, so I definitely want to check those out as well. Batman 89 ages shockingly well. One of the few Batman movies that get Bruce Wayne right. Oh, see, I don't think I've ever heard anyone really give it praises in terms of like Bruce Wayne and stuff like that. I know I've heard people talk about, of course, Batman, of course, Joker, and I haven't even, actually, I also have not heard anyone say that it ages extremely well. So that's dope to hear coming from both of you guys. Honestly, that makes me really hyped to check it out. So I'm definitely gonna have to tune in with that. You know what? I don't know why, but in my head, like when I was younger, I always viewed the Catwoman movie as being very close to being in like the Batman 89 universe. When I would see like stuff like I feel like if you took a clip from the Catwoman movie, yes, with Halle Berry, like if you take a clip from that, and I feel like if you put it next to a clip from like the other movie, it could almost seem like it's shot at the same time. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for Catwoman. I think that's a better thing for Batman because it was shot so long ago. But so I guess I can understand what you guys say when you say it ages well, because even when I have seen different like clips or pictures from Batman 89, everything does look shockingly good. It's like, holy shit, everything looks pretty dope. Like I saw a clip from, I've always thought that it was kind of, I don't want to say like goofy, but I thought that was like how everyone saw it at some point. I guess I did think the movie was goofy. Like I have never watched it though. Like to know that, like I never made the judgment that it was goofy. I just saw like pictures of things and I was like, bro, what's going on here? But everyone gives like such a great performance actually. And I'm like, bruh, like I wanted, like I saw a clip from it on TikTok and I believe it was Joker and he was talking and I was like, holy shit, I'm actually a little like, that shook me a little bit, you know, like I felt like that was a little Jokerish. So I'm definitely, I'm keen to watch it. And, you know, me and Remy right now, we've been watching a lot of stuff. We actually just started watching Jack Ryan, a little side note. Like I said, I watched Reacher. That show was amazing. And then after I watched Reacher, it was like, hey, you liked Reacher. Maybe you'll like Jack Ryan. And I do like Jack Ryan. I'm only like 4 episodes in, but damn, that's a good show. What shows are you guys watching? Let me know in the comments. I might have to check them out if I haven't already checked them out. You know what I'm saying? So, top 5 comic book movies for me. I think the first one, not in any particular order, but the first movie will have to be probably Infinity War. That's the first one that I would put on the list, just because when I first watched Infinity War, nothing had ever made me feel the way I felt when I was watching that movie. I had never had that. Yeah, I just never felt the way I felt when I watched that movie for the first time. I didn't even know what to do. Like I wanted to run, I wanted to like scream and shout, and I wanted to like cheer, and I did a little bit of all of those things. Cried a little bit because it was just like, bro, I never thought I would be able to see something so amazing on screen. So that's definitely the first one I'll say, because Infinity War was just dope. But you can't get Infinity War without, of course, every other movie that came before that, which, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. But that's definitely my number 1 movie, comic book movie. For my second comic book movie, I will say Spider-Man 2, classic Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I freaking loved that movie when I was growing up. I loved the entire trilogy, like the entire Raimi trilogy. My mom also, hello, bought me those. Like she bought every movie, all those movies that I've watched as a kid. It was because my mom bought the movies. Like she had, and she loved to have like physical media, so that's why she would buy a lot of them, and I would just watch everything. Until like it wouldn't be watchable anymore because I just loved watching movies. And when I watched Spider-Man 2 for the first time, I was like, bro, this is terrifying yet so amazing, and it just I feel like I feel like Spider-Man 2 is everything that Spider-Man should be about when it comes to the movies. Like, you know, like I feel like Spider-Man 1 is so good, but Spider-Man 2 just capitalizes on everything that Spider-Man 1 gave us. I'm not sure if Dr. Octavius is in Spider-Man 1. I don't know why I can't remember that right now, but if he was, then that's amazing. If he isn't, then he should have been. You know what I mean? Like he definitely should have been in that movie just to give us a little bit more build up to that like quote unquote betrayal. I think that's amazing. Like for real. So when I first seen that movie, it was definitely just incredible, and my brain melted a little bit, and I was all for it. So Spider-Man 2 is definitely my second for the top five. Okay, wait. Let me do. Here we go. Okay. So let's start this off with. Wait. Give it a rest. Bow. Infinity War. What did I just say? Oh. Spider-Man 2. Jesus. Spider-Man 2. Oh, you can barely see that. Jesus. Big. Okay, maybe I can go. Bow. There we go. Okay. And then we'll go top 5 comic book movies. Is comic book not a word? Oh my god. How is comic book not a word? I guess video game. Is video game? Nah, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Okay, so those are my first two for sure. Let's see. Three. What would be my third comic book movie? My third favorite comic book movie. I really like those DC animated movies, but I can't really put my finger on which one I liked the most. Injustice was so bad that it was good. Oh, wait. What is it? Is it Batman? Is it Under the Red Hood? I really like that. That was a dope movie. I think it's called Batman Under the Red Hood. What is it? Favorite comic book movie worthy though? It's definitely up there. Into the Spider Verse is definitely up there as well. I haven't really seen a lot of. Let me see. Let's see. DCAU. Is that what it is? DCAU. I can't remember what all those movies were. I think Into the Spider Verse. I kind of want to say that. I want to say Batman Under the Red Hood. I really do. But I feel like there's a movie that I can't think of. No, this isn't the right DCAU. Okay, Son of Batman, Throne of Atlantis, Batman versus Robin, Batman Bad Blood, Justice League versus Teen Titans. No, I didn't. No, I'm not thinking of any of those. Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League War, Son of Batman, Throne of Atlantis, Batman Bad Blood. I like all of those Batman movies. The Death of Superman. I think I like The Death of Superman. I think that was actually. Yeah, I did. I think that movie was pretty cool. I think we're just gonna go Batman. Oh, we're gonna go Batman. What did I just say? Batam. Batman under the Red Hood. And then 5. I'll say Civil War. Man, I don't feel like Batman Under the Red Hood fits there, yo. I don't think I've seen as many animated comic book movies as I thought I did. Because I feel like there's an animated comic book movie that I'm just not thinking about. And it may be because I'm trying to stick traditionally to like the comic books that I know. Like if I thought outside of the box on this, I'd probably be better. Uh, I like Superman Shazam. That was cool. Oh shit! I forgot about Big Hero 6. I might have to put. Well, no, because Big Hero 6 isn't really anything like the comics, right? Like, so I guess that wouldn't really count technically. I just realized like a lot of the animated stuff that I like is actually like shows. They're not really movies. Batman Hush. Batman Hush was cool until I found out, the ending, and I was like, "Well, it's just Riddler." But I like that that was like the point. Like they was like, boy, when everybody find out it's just you, they about to beat your ass, boy. I was rolling. I was rolling. I guess I'm tripping. Yeah, I guess I've not watched as many. I mean, Batman the Killing Joke isn't terrible. Batman Ninja, I haven't seen that. I really like the animated Batman movies, so that's why I'm really not sticking in there because I want to like go a little outside of that. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll just stick with Batman under the Red Hood. Yeah, because like even a lot of the Marvel stuff that I was thinking of, like it's all yeah, it's all not all TV shows, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I guess these would be, and not in any particular order. If I was to put this in order, Civil War, it would really go like this. Let's just put it in order. Yeah, yeah, that's right. This is accurate. Top five comic book movies: Infinity War, Spider-Man 2, Captain America: Civil War, Into the Spider-Verse, and Batman Under the Red Hood. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty accurate for my for like comic book movies that I love. I've seen all of these movies multiple times, except Into the Spider-Verse. I think no, I've seen Into the Spider-Verse pretty often. So I'm pretty, yeah, I pretty much appreciate this. I think that's probably it. I think, but that's like right now off of the top of my head because I'm thinking about I know I'm forgetting some movies. Like I know I'm forgetting some movies, but they're just not in my like. I'm just kind of drawing a blank a little bit. I do like Death of Superman though. I saw that just now. Francis, yeah, I do like Death of Superman. That's a pretty solid one. Okay, okay, relax, relax. Let's see. What am I watching? Yellow Jackets. Thanks for Thanks for asking. Yo, I dead ass forgot about Yellow Jackets. No cap. Forgot all about it. Batman: The Long Halloween is the only one of those DC animated movies that stood out for me. They're all good, but they never rise to the level of amazing. Have I seen that? I don't think I've seen Batman: The Long Halloween. But I do agree, nothing has stood out to be amazing. And you know what? If I had never seen Invincible before, my opinion on that would probably be different. I'm not gonna lie, because Invincible blew shit out of the water for me, man. Like I had never even known about Invincible before the show, and then just finding out that that was a complete comic book series and just everything, like yeah, blew my mind out of the water. One of the most pleasant surprises that I've had doing Marvel Bros is probably The Boys and Invincible. Like yeah, like those wouldn't have been on my radar as much if I was not as deep as I am with Marvel Bros right now, or at least then when those came out. If you've never seen the Timverse, you're missing out on some of the best DC has to offer. Really? No, I don't think I've seen the Timverse. What is that? Let me see. So it's only 6 movies? Is that right? All 6 movies that are part of the Timverse? Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of this. If this has anything to do with it, I don't think I've seen these. And if I have, it has not been for a damn long time. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, the groundbreaking box office bomb. Yeah, I've never seen this movie. Wow. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm is one of the best Batman movies ever made? But it was a financial disaster? Oh, damn. Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. The Batman movie with the better Mr. Freeze is crazy. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. I might have seen this one, but I don't remember. I don't know why I don't remember it, though. Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. Definitely haven't. I've never even heard of this. Batman and Harley Quinn. Damn, is it all Batman? Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Why? They just don't believe in nothing but Batman, yo. Because I'm just really think that's funny because like that's the same thing that they did with Okay, wait. Am I tripping? Did I not just read? Is that not the right stuff? Or is that just movies? Okay, the DC Animated Universe, or DCAU. Wait, what? Oh, is given the name to the shared continuity existing between the DC Comics based animated series, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, the New Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, the Zeta Project, Static Shock, Gotham Girls, Lobo web series, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. What? This continuity is also sometimes referred to as the Timverse. Okay, I've seen some of this. After Bruce Timm, the continuity's most consistent creative influence, and in the past, the Dennyverse. I've never heard of the Dennyverse. I've definitely heard of people say the Timverse before, though. While there have been several animated series based upon DC Comics characters over the decades, what is commonly accepted as the DC Animated Universe refers to the stable of shows and films that spin off from Batman the Animated Series, the original show in this universe. Oh. The DC Animated Universe primarily consists of these animated series and their related films. What? So that makes so much sense as to why the full-blown Justice League is popping up in Static Shock, because it's part of the whole universe, because those are the same Justice League from the Justice League. My brain is legitimately blown. Well, I know what I'm watching next. I know what I'm watching next. For sure, because that's insane. I never knew. No one's mentioned Blade 2 yet, and I feel like that's a crime. Hey, yo, not gonna lie to you, haven't seen it. That's another movie. Those are another set of movies that I need to watch now as an adult, because I have not retained enough information of them in order to know what's even going on. And all the TV shows, the DCAU is huge. Yeah, that's insane. Never knew that before. The DCAU is how Static Shock became mainstream. Legitimately, I am mind blown, Marisu. Like you have taught me something today, and I appreciate it entirely. I legitimately always thought that when people were talking about the DC animated universe, that it was the freaking movies that had came out that are like the newer movies that are animated. No cap. I never knew that this was a whole universe that had existed. I am legitimately mind blown and a little ashamed to not have known this. Like, no cap. So Batman Beyond is the same Batman from Batman in the animated series, yo? What? My brain is freaking blowing my mind right now, bro. Like, I'm melting brain vessels right now, G. No. Oh my goodness. What? What? Bro, what? I am sitting here in utter disbelief. Okay, I'm back. I just can't believe that. Yo, I am about to watch every single piece of this. Yo, oh my goodness, yo, what? Everything is literally making so much sense. It's insane. Wow. Okay, this is ridiculous. The DC movies that I was talking about are called the DCAMU. It's not called the DCAU because it's the DC animated movie universe and not just the DC animated universe. WB was just dropping balls left and right at the same time as they was making amazing gems. Yo, I am in disbelief. I cannot wait to go watch all of those. Like, for real. I'm hype. You got me hype, Mary Sue. That's awesome. So happy that I got to that. Yeah, the sensei becomes the student. Indeed, you have taught me. You have taught me something, yo. Yo, speaking of sensei, yo, this my little dojo thing right here. If you guys don't know, my logo on a lot of the stuff that I do is pertained around this. I know it's not called a dojo. It's not called. I mean, they call it a Torii Gate, but it's also called something else, and I can't remember. A Shinto shrine, I believe, is what it is. A Shinto shrine. So, my birthday was on the 11th. May 11th is my birthday. Your boy is 27 now. And for my birthday, my wife, Remy, my beautiful wife, she was like, "Yo," she surprised me, and we went to San Francisco and went to Japantown, and I found that in there, and that's like the exact way my mind looks. Like, it looks exactly like that. So I'm definitely hyped to have it. I was definitely juiced for that to be, to see that there, because I was like, "Yo, I will never find this anywhere again." So I definitely need to pick this up immediately, and I did. So yeah, that's lit. Before we go any further, you guys already know what the deal is. If you don't know already, we are vibing. It's a good day today. It is a marvelous Monday indeed. Definitely let me know what your top five not Marvel movies, but your top five movies are in the chat, in the comments. If you're watching on the replay, let me know. Because I definitely appreciate all of the info, I guess you could say. But before we move on to our pop culture news, bing, bing, bing. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? Hey, get out of here. before we move on to our pop culture news, ding, 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 ding. You guys already know the drill. Shout out to Dom.
Hi, my name is Dominique Pruitt, and I started Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn LLC in the summer of 2021 to introduce delicious and unique flavored popcorn not found anywhere else in the world. Why, you ask? Because I make it in my home with love, just for you. We offer over 10 flavors and are continuously creating new flavors that can be customized to any color or taste for your next event, party, or fundraiser. So go find yourself to our website and find a bombastic flavor of popcorn at donsbombgourmetpopcorn.com, or you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn.
And shout out to Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn. Make sure y'all go tune in, tap in, get your some, get to munching and crunching. Y'all already know the deal. Happy belated. Hey, thank you, Francis. I appreciate you, my G. That's neat. Thank you very much. I like it a lot. It's awesome. I really do. I was like, yo, holy shit. Can't believe this is here. I will definitely never see a Shinto shrine anywhere in my life again. So I had to cop it up, swoop it up, quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, well, now that we're done with the open discussion, you guys already know what the deal is. We're about to get into our pop culture news update. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Marvel Bros, where we put out all of this pop culture news first before we talk about it here on the channel. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it with our first pop culture news bite of the day. And that is, we have a new poster for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I am extremely excited for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I think this movie is going to be insane. Like, point blank period. I think that this movie is going to be insane. I just realized the other day that I have not fully finished the Bumblebee movie. This is just so far. This Marvelous Monday has just been me talking about the movies that I have not watched, which is insane because I feel like I've watched so many movies, but I haven't really finished the Bumblebee movie. So I got to go back and watch that before this movie comes out, because I definitely need to know what's going on. And I did see someone comment on my trailer reaction or on one of the posters that we posted, that is this canon to all of the Transformers, or is this something new? And so I just wanted to take this moment not only to check out this awesome poster, but also to clarify that this is canon to the last Bumblebee movie that we just had, the most recent Bumblebee movie, because that movie is set in the 90s, and it's kind of retconning and restarting everything that was going on within the Bayverse. So the Bayverse is its own contained universe, I guess you can say, and that's what we will call the Bayverse. I am not sure what the Bumblebee universe is called. What is the Bumblebee Transformers? No. What's the Bumblebee Transformers universe called? That's something I don't know. What is the Bumblebee? Yeah, Bumblebee is a prequel, but I don't believe it's... Okay, everything that I'm seeing right now is saying that it's a prequel, but there's no way, because as we see, everyone would remember all the shit that we saw happening in that movie. So it's not a prequel. It is. I don't know who makes these movies, so I'm not sure. Who is this made by? Night? So is this Nightverse? Nightverse Transformers. Yes, okay. So yes, this is a reboot. Okay. A reboot, not a prequel. Gosh. The Nightverse is a series of live-action films based on the Transformers franchise and a reboot to the previous film series by Michael Bay. It started in 2018 with the release of Bumblebee, directed by Travis Knight. Okay, so that's the Nightverse. Good to know. So we are in the Nightverse right now, and the Bayverse is actually, I'm pretty sure the Bayverse is over. Unless they do like some multiverse shit, and then we have like both of the Transformers like talking to each other or something. I don't know. Canon Schmanon. Yeah, you're right, Marisu. You're not wrong about that. You need more than one movie before you get to call it a shared universe. The second movie is about to come out, though. It's coming out this year, so it is a shared universe. But I do agree that there has to be stipulations on whether something is a shared universe or not. Like, you know, you can't just have 3 movies of the same thing and call it a shared universe. Like, it's a franchise, you know? You can't have, like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's not a shared universe. That's a franchise, you know? Every single Pirates of the Caribbean movie is cohesive with the last one, same people, same characters. Now, if they were to, instead of rebooting it, go into like the future a little bit to where like Jack Sparrow has kids or all the people have kids and everyone has children or whatnot, and then make a new Pirates of the Caribbean, then it could be a shared universe. But until you have multiple forms of media about multiple characters, I don't think you can call it a shared universe, right? Like Fast and Furious, if it wasn't for Hobbs and Shaw, that would not be a shared universe. But the fact that they have Hobbs and Shaw makes it a shared universe because, like, okay, this is something different now, you know? So, I'm here for it. I'm here for the Nightverse. I'm here for this movie. As I said, it looks freaking amazing. From what we've seen, it looks like it's going to be really fun. Can't wait to check it out with my son. I know he's going to love it too. Let me know. Oh, snap. Let me know what your feelings are about this in the comments down below. Okay, let me know what your feelings are about this in the comments down below. Are you hyped for this new Transformers movie coming out this year or nah? How are you feeling about the trailers that we've been seeing? Would you rather go back to the Bayverse? What are the words? You know what I'm saying? All right. Moving on to our next bit of pop culture news. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 holds the world record for most prosthetics used in a film with 22,500. The record was previously held by How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is insane, and I really cannot believe I can't believe it, you know? Like I'm low-key. Like, the movie, it makes sense, though, like, especially when watching this movie, because there is a ton of practical effects. There are not practical effects. There are a ton of prosthetics that are going on. Definitely. Not everything's not just CGI, you know, because there's a ton, like, there's just a ton of aliens, a ton of different humanoid beings in this movie, and they're not all CGI. And I think that, you know, brings a little bit more. I don't want to say human. No, I don't want to say more of a human element, but it brings a more real element to it because you see the people for real. You know, it's not just a bunch of CGI aliens running around dying. You know, it's real people that you see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know they're real. They're interacting with them. They can, like, you could, you know what I'm saying? Like, in real life, and that adds a level of character to the movie for sure. And the fact that this is actually a world record that they have is insane. It's really insane. I can't believe that. And I'm really surprised that it was previously held by the Grinch and how the Grinch Stole Christmas instead of something like Star Wars or something like that. You know, it's just kind of wild to find out that in this way. I would have never known. I would have never known this was even a world record. if Guardians of the Galaxy didn't break it. So yeah, this is crazy. I thought this was a bit of dope nerd news that dropped on my desk, so I definitely wanted to talk about it because I was like, yo, that's pretty nerdy and that's pretty dope. Definitely want to know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys know of what movie had the best prosthetics? Do you think? What movie have you seen, or what specific character in a movie and or show had some of the best prosthetics works that you have seen done in the game? I would love to know. Let me know. Is that the Jim Carrey Grinch? Yes, I believe that is the Jim Carrey Grinch that it's beating. That it took the record from, I guess. That is the Grinch, which is dope. I think that's dope. In the form of some more news, the Super Mario Bros. Movie releases on digital tomorrow. So I don't think that this means it's on like HBO Max or anything like that, or I don't believe so. I believe this just means that it releases digitally for download, and or whatever, the digital purchase or on demand or whatever you call it these days. I think that's really what this is about, more than anything, and that's dope. I still got to check this movie out with my son. He was tripping when the movie came out, so he was unfortunately grounded. You feel me? That's the terrible thing about having a 9-year-old going on 10-year-old, You just got to ground them, and then you got to take fun stuff away, and they don't get to do the awesome stuff that you want to do with them. And then really you're the one that suffers when you're a nerd, You want to share the nerd. You want to share the nerd with the children, but when the children are doing, you can't reward bad behavior. You can't be nerdy with the kids when they not doing what they're supposed to do. And he loves Mario. So this is still going to be in theaters. I'm not sure for how much longer, but definitely if you're not a theater goer, or if you know a family that doesn't have the time to go to the theaters or the money, because it's like $100 when you take your whole family to the theater. Let them know Super Mario Bros. Releases on digital tomorrow, and they can rent it for, what is it, like, I don't know how much it is to rent movies, but, rent it, check it out at the house, have a nice movie night. Maybe you can do it with your nieces and nephews or something. It's just a thought. It's a great movie, fantastic movie, actually, and I definitely think everyone should go and check it out as soon as possible. All right. And the next thing on the docket, we have a new look at Michael Keaton's Batman in The Flash. This looks incredible. Like, bruh, this is amazing. I love this suit. I just can't say anything other than that. I love this suit. It's freaking awesome. It looks really dope. It looks really good. Yeah, I cannot wait for this movie. I am literally on eggshells about this movie. I think The Flash is going to be, I don't think it's a hidden gem, but I definitely think it's going to be a diamond in the rough or something along the lines of that, because people just don't understand how hype this movie is actually going to be. I can't wait for this movie, bro. Like the scenes that we have saw from the trailers, the Batman scenes that we have saw, it's insane that Batman is getting so much more love in a movie that's not his than, so much more comic book accuracy to how Batman is, you know what I mean, in a movie that's not even his. Like, I know we're going to melt. I know I'm going to literally faint when I see that explosion scene, and then Batfleck is like gliding away, and then the scene where Keaton's just blah, like bruh, his movie is about to be This movie is about to be peak. I am so ready for it, and I hope you guys are ready for it too. Let me know how hype you are, and look at how damn good Michael Keaton looks in this Batman suit. I mean, goodness gracious. Holy shit, this is a Batman movie. It might as well be. It might as well be. Michael Keaton is making me want to see this movie 3 times already. Yo, I feel you there. Like, I definitely feel you there. This is looking incredible. Like, I can't believe how much they're putting into this. It's just melting my face. Whoa, pause. Wait a minute. I didn't mean that. What did I just say? I didn't say anything. What? Who are you? Don't watch the Japanese trailer. Just a warning. Yes, a spoiler warning to everyone. Do not watch the Japanese trailer for The Flash. I don't know what the spoilers are, but I saw it on Twitter that someone said there are spoilers in it, and I was like, well, don't know what it is. Well, so, you know, I and this is why I do not watch multiple trailers for this reason here. But yeah, man. Super Mario's coming out tomorrow. We got this new look of Batman. Life's good, yo. Life's good. Something else is also releasing tomorrow, just as a little side note, and that is the Men in Black series is actually releasing. The trilogy is releasing on HBO Max tomorrow as well. So that's a little fun fact. So go ahead and check that out. The Men in Black movies are always a good time. Have not watched the one with Chris Hemsworth. Don't think you could pay me to either. I'm just saying. Yo, going on to some more nerdy news, and this is some news that I was actually really hype about, and this is about some Star Wars stuff, and that's about the Acolyte, baby. Leslie Headland says the High Republic era of the Acolyte is interesting because the Jedi really think they're right, and George Lucas tells us they're wrong in Phantom Menace. They missed a huge aspect of the dark side rising. I think this is very interesting. I think this is actually shed a way new light on this series than what I think we thought this was going to be before. And just putting this out there, it kind of makes me think about my theory that I had early on when we first watched the Ahsoka trailer and we saw that they had orange lightsabers and we saw that they were also in a place that looked like the world between worlds. It makes me think that this Acolyte show may be kind of like a Rebels type of show that links some past to the future in some weird way, shape, or form. Because I don't know why, but this just makes me think, hey, that means that the Sith that we are going to see in the Acolyte may not just be pure evil, but they are definitely Siths of some kind. And that is the exact thought that I got about those lightsabers that we saw in the Ahsoka trailer, because they obviously cracked the kyber crystal or whatever you want to call it, but they didn't do it fully to where it's bleeding red. It's just orange. So, you know, I'm interested to see if maybe we see some more orange lightsabers in the Acolyte. You know, this is a possibility. I'm just kind of throwing stuff out there because that's kind of the first thing that I thought of when I first read this. But I think this is awesome. I think being able to see this High Republic era of the Acolyte and see how the Jedi are and see how everything is going to be working together, how everyone is working together and against each other in this past. Because I mean, this is so long ago, you know, and it'll be nice to get the first thing that is before. This will be the first live action piece of content that we have that is not set within the freaking Skywalker saga somehow or some way, you know. It's the first time we don't have anything to do with any of the Skywalker stuff at all. So, this is going to be dope to see. I can't wait to check out The Acolyte. It's one of my most anticipated shows because I'm tired of being in the Skywalker saga era. I am definitely ready to get out of it. And I guess technically this wouldn't be before the Skywalker saga, because this is probably going to just be planting more seeds as to why there needs to be a chosen one, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess I got to keep wishing. But alas, let me know how you guys feel about Star Wars Acolyte. And we're about to get to see this different side of the Jedi and the Sith both together. It's going to be crazy to see more than two Siths rocking with each other live action. That's going to be insane, amazing. I'm super ready. So I don't need to know anything more about Acolyte. I'm watching it. Say less. LOL. Legitimately, though. That is exactly how this made me feel. Was like, oh, yeah. Like, I need to check this out. I need to check it out. This is going to be amazing. We are so in for a treat with this. I do believe that we are in for a very special treat. And, yeah, man. I can't wait. I'm literally pumped. I am literally pumped for the Acolyte. I think the Acolyte is going to be probably the best thing, you know what I'm saying, that we get to see. Especially because of the time period it's in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mr. Bro, Fast and Furious 10, you doing a review for it? Yes, I will be doing a Fast and Furious 10 review Thursday, most likely after I watch the movie. I want to see it in IMAX, but I just can't feasibly imagine going to IMAX that many times and just week after week after week. But like I said, I gotta watch all the other Fast and Furious movies, and then I will actually formulate a proper opinion on whether or not I want to see that movie in IMAX or just in my local theater, because I'd be in my local theater. It's just I really like to go to the IMAX. I like it. I like the IMAX. It's dope. But yeah, there will be a review, Cuphead. You can definitely be ready for that. It'll be up Thursday. Don't know what time, but it will be up Thursday for sure. All right. Moving on up to the next slide. Ooh, I like that. James Gunn responds yes when asked if any of the Guardians of the Galaxy cast will be in Superman Legacy. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. That's crazy. I know people are going to be livid over this. But as for me, hey, everyone's doing it. And I'm sick. I've been sick of it. But it's like, it hasn't been an issue when anyone else has ever done it. But for some reason, James Gunn, people are ready to just crucify James Gunn immediately, like fast. So it be like that. It is what it is. But this doesn't hold any, like, I don't have any ill will to this. I'm like, yo, it is what it is, for real. They're friends in real life now. So it's like, yeah, you like who you work with. You want to make a good movie. You work with people that you can work with well for your first one. It makes sense. It all makes sense in my eyes. I think we are going to get a wonderful movie from James Gunn with Superman Legacy. And I'm so down and ready for it. Like, I'm not going to lie. You guys already know. I'm ready for there to be a change in the scenery for DC. I think a lot of people are, and they just don't even know it yet. I think people don't even know that they're ready for the shift, for the change. And I think a lot of that change comes with this wild thing. I mean, you guys saw the poll. And James Gunn confirms Crypto the Superdog will appear in Superman Legacy, yo. And just looking at the poll, most of you are 26 to 50% excited about that. And then everyone else is just kind of like, there's no one that's not excited, I'll say that. There's no one in the 0 to 25 range, but everybody is just kind of, like, well, this kind of sucks. Which you can't be mad at. You cannot be mad at. Everyone feels the way they feel for real. So I'm chilling, Yes means Sean Gunn. I'll bet you money right now. Yo, imagine Sean Gunn is Crypto's voice. Insane. I heard stuff about possibly being Chris Pratt. I've heard a lot of things just regarding that. I like Crypto. I'm down for Crypto. I want to see how they even do Crypto. He's supposed to talk. We've talked about a lot of this here on the channel already. So I'm down for this. I definitely want to see what can be accomplished, I guess. And yeah, yo, that is the end of our pop culture news segment. Yes, sir. We have ended our pop culture news portion, and now we will move on into our next portion of the show, and that is Scoop Central. We're going to get into Scoop Central in just a minute here, you guys. In Scoop Central, we are going to be talking about a lot of amazing things, and I hope you guys are ready. We're talking about Black Panther 3, Secret Invasion, Luke Cage, and Fantastic Four. So I hope you guys are ready for Scoop Central. We're about to get into it right now. In just a second, I should say. Not right this moment, but in just a second. I am super excited to talk about all these amazing things in Scoop Central today. Like Black Panther 3, I'm really excited to talk about. Secret Invasion, I'm super excited to talk about. And then Fantastic Four, I definitely want to hear your guys' opinions about what we're going to be discussing in that realm as well. But before we move on, you guys already know the deal. Don't forget, Marvel Bros merch is now available. Go get you some. Get you some Marvel Bros merch. Check out the website. It's there for you. And while you're checking out websites, you can also tap in and go and get you some Ma Energy. Ma Energy is dope. Go get you some. Might be a little paradigm shift. May not be using Ma for too much longer here, but while I am, tap in with it. You feel me? But like I said, now we are moving on to Chugga Chugga Scoop Scoop. Scoop Central, baby. You already know. Yo, I'm telling you, I am about to make so many sound bites. Chugga Chugga Scoop Scoop. Let's get it. So yeah, the first thing that we have on the docket today, as I said, is Black Panther 3. I am so hyped for Black Panther 3. Black Panther 2, I had a really good time with Black Panther 2. I had a good time with all the Phase 4. Just gonna put that out there. But I think Black Panther 2 was a really good movie. I think that Ryan Coogler did an amazing job with what he had to do within the realm of, the late and great Chadwick Boseman passing away during, the production of this or the making of it. Chadwick Boseman was a big part of even the script and just all the stuff that was even going on with Black Panther 2, and to just lose that humongous portion, and just a humongous, and I want to say investment, but more than anything, an amazing just piece, a key character, a key role. There you go, a key role in everything that was going over there with Black Panther. I think Ryan Coogler did an amazing job balancing that unbalanceable act of trying to still show homage, pay homage, and also create this new paradigm of what's kind of going on. Jesus, what's happening here? What's kind of going on? You know what I mean? So, yeah. But getting into Black Panther 3, let's talk about it. The plans right now are to age up T'Challa Jr. via Kang and kick off the T'Challa Storm Love storyline. And let's get to the new teaser. Yeah. So, as was teased before, casting for Storm is in progress, and the lead candidate is Chloe Bailey. This is all coming from my boy, Mike Beasley, the man, the myth, the legend. Some of you may feel a way about it, but as of right now, she's at the top of the list. No offers yet, but she is being considered. So don't blow a gasket just yet. So yes, that is so we have previously talked about them wanting to bring in T'Challa Jr., aka Toussaint, that we met in Black Panther 2 in the post-credit scene. They want to bring him in, and via Kang, and no doubt what they're going to be doing with the Secret Wars stuff in the multiverse, they would want to age him up in some way, shape, or form, and then go on with him being with Storm storyline, and with Storm being played by none other than Chloe Bailey. And Chloe Bailey, if you guys don't know, I believe Chloe Bailey is the Little Mermaid. So I do kind of want to hear how you guys would feel about this, first and foremost. I know this would definitely be a shakeup to what we have seen happening within the MCU, but everyone was screaming to recast T'Challa, and it seems like this is the way that they will do that. They're going to recast him in universe, though. That's how I do believe that recast should be happening for a lot of these characters, depending on how things happen in the real life. Recasting in universe is it makes a lot of sense. They obviously did not do that with Red Hulk or General Thornberry. What? But you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see how they do this balancing act. But to continue, there will be multiple villains in this third film, but one of them in discussion is Doctor Doom. He was actually supposed to appear in a post-credit scene at the end of Wakanda Forever, but in true MCU fashion, they pulled the scene to be used later. See WandaVision versus Sword scene, which was originally supposed to be the cutscene for Endgame. So, T'Challa Storm love story, Chloe Bailey as Storm, and potentially Doom is lurking. More to come. I'm not going to lie to you. Initially, this just sounds insane, bro. Like, this sounds wild. It sounds like there is so much stacked in and stacked on here. I can't believe it. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm definitely here for this regardless. Like I already stated, I think the in-universe retconning is a solid thing to do, especially for T'Challa's character, especially for Chadwick Boseman's character, just because of how much he meant to that character. And not to say it, not to say that General Thunderbolt or Thaddeus, General Ross, his character wasn't as pivotal or anything like that. I don't want to mean it in that way. But you understand what I'm saying, and I can't wait to see how they pull this off. The MCU right now is doing a lot of crazy things, so this doesn't sound like it's outside of the realm of possibility with, like, I don't know if I wouldn't say time stones, but just knowing the capabilities that Kang has, it's definitely insane, and it'll be something to see where this goes and what that means for the future of the MCU. As far as Storm goes, I am all the way for everything with Storm. I really appreciate Storm. I love Storm in the comics. She's dope. I know a lot of people will probably feel a little different about this, but I think it's about Chloe being, oh no, wait, I see Francis saying Chloe Bailey is not the Little Mermaid. Her sister Halle Berry is the Halle Bailey, Lord, what the name is the Little Mermaid. Okay, thank you for that, Francis, because I definitely said the opposite name. So yes, so Chloe is Halle Bailey's sister, not. Yeah, I got you. So the Little Mermaid will be Storm's sister, just to wrap that up with a bow, because your boy was getting tongue twisted. And I think that's actually this is dope. You know what I mean? I think that Chloe is. I haven't seen her acting a lot, to be honest, so I can't say that I'm like hyped for it and that aspect, but I will say that this is dope because I've just heard a lot of both Chloe and Halle recently. So I think this is pretty cool, and I would love to see how they execute it as well. It depends on what type of Storm they give us also, because the Storm from the X-Men, Storm, all of these have been very different iterations, and I would just like to see a little bit better of an iteration, I'll say, and just something a little bit doper. And I hope that we get that from this. And since they're going to try to do the wedding thing with them, it will make it would make the most sense that they would do have Haley be the queen of one of these other places that was around, maybe something that came up, maybe she rose to power a little bit more during those 5 years of the snap, since there was no Black Panther at that time technically, or I don't know what was going on at that. I don't know what was going on around then. But yeah, that would all be some dope stuff to check out, and I'm all the way there for it. Let me know what you guys think about all these scoops that we have got for Black Panther 3. And we are about to move on to our next scoop on Jle Daket. Mr. Bro, where's that Marvel villain, Annihilus? I want to see that villain. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to see Annihilus ever, really, because Annihilus is just such a different villain. I would like to see him probably... If we do see Annihilus, it'll be once we get the Great Reset popping in the MCU after Secret Invasion and all that stuff, and I think that'll be really dope and amazing to see kind of play out and pan out in the future of it. So yeah, I think Annihilus is coming after the Multiverse Saga, basically, or I could even probably see him coming somewhere in the Multiverse Saga. But I think after the Multiverse Saga would be the best place for it to happen to, because I think even after the Multiverse Saga, we have big plans for a Great Reset, like I was saying before, to where we get basically the new 52, and a lot of the characters that we have gotten from the MCU will either be replaced, or they'll just not replaced, but they'll be the new main characters, and the universe will kind of get washed away in its own way, but not really washed away, and create all these things that are still tangible from each universe that exists in one big Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think that's I think it literally will be one big Marvel Cinematic Universe post Secret Wars. I think all the Spider-Man stuff, all of that stuff is really going to come into play a lot more than we think right now. And then it'll be like, oh, there has always been hella Spider-Man, or some random shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how exactly, but I feel like it's going to be something like that, to where they just take the best pieces of everything, string them together, and then we'll get this new universe, and they'll call it like MCU 52, basically, or whatever, the new MCU. I like the Storm angle as a transition to eventually seeing the X-Men. Yeah, I think that's a W as well. Getting Miss Marvel as the first quote-unquote mutant in the MCU is definitely a big deal. I'm kind of hoping that within the Marvels, though, that they retcon that in its own way to be like, oh yeah, he said that your shit mutated, but you're not actually a mutant. You're an inhuman. But then that would downplay the you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things to where it's in the air, and we kind of just have to kind of wait and see what happens. But I think Miss Marvel, but I think Storm is a great way to be introduced to the X-Men, especially being able to bring it in on the Wakanda level first, like bring it in on that level of, like, oh, she's married to Black Panther or whatever, or this is what's happening over here, and then it's like, nah, but she's been all this other stuff. I think that would be really cool. I think Marvel has huge plans for Storm on the level of Wanda. Ooh, yeah, and we still got Wanda coming back too, so don't sleep on Wanda. But I definitely agree with that. I think Storm. I honestly think Jean Grey will probably, if they do a Jean Grey storyline, I doubt they'll do a Phoenix Force thing when they just did a Phoenix Force thing. But I think Rogue, Kitty Pryde, or Storm, I think one of those three are going to be the big one that they introduce into the MCU. And I would like Quake as Rogue, to be completely honest, like Quake from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think her being Rogue instead in the MCU, I think that would be actually a really cool thing to happen. So, yeah, that's that. But in the next piece of I almost said what we're about to talk about. In the next piece of Scoop Central, we are going to be talking about none other than Secret Invasion. And I am so pumped and excited for Secret Invasion. I hope you guys are too. Let's see what Mike Beasley has to tell us today about Secret Invasion. The rating on Secret Invasion will be TVMA. It will be behind the parent lock feature on Disney Plus. And because we all want it to happen, Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson is finally going to be dropping an F-bomb in the series. We already got one in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and we'll be getting another very, very soon. Yo, the hype knowing that this is TVMA is next level, okay? I cannot wait to check this out because I've already been excited about it through the roof. And if this is truly TVMA, I swear this is it's gonna be everything that we want it to be. That was one thing I was very nervous about when I first saw the trailer and all this stuff, and we heard the hype, and it was like I was hyped and I couldn't wait. But then when we started hearing about it, it was like, man, I don't know how they're gonna do this without it being MA. Like spy espionage and all this other stuff. It's like it's very rare where something can be PG-13 and actually still hold that type of weight. So I'm hoping that this being MA is going to bring a lot more light, for lack of better words, to the MCU, because a lot of people have not been happy about where the MCU was headed as a place for everyone to be welcomed and loved. People don't like that. People would rather it be, no, this is only for me and my people. Everyone is not able to partake in what I like. It's only for me and us and no one only. But I think the fact that, the MCU can double down and make this MA content as much as they make the other cringe content that people don't like, I think that's a big deal. I think it's a big deal for the MCU, and I think it's a big deal for all the people that are hating on the MCU. Everyone needs their content to watch. As for me, I'm going to be watching every piece of it, but I can understand why some people would not want to for whatever their reasons may be. But as for me, I'm pumped for this, and I cannot wait for Secret Invasion to pop off, baby. I think that is it for Secret Invasion, if I'm not mistaken. That is all we have to talk about when it comes to Secret Invasion, but I'm super hyped for it, and I would love for this to be MA, and I believe it's going to be, and that's all I really needed. I was already sold, so now I'm even double, even triple sold. Put me in the chair, kick my feet up, and I'm watching, baby. I'm watching. All right. I watched a video about Ron Wasserman writing the X-Men theme. It's a great piece of history. Ooh, I love nerd history. Nerd history. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm coming with the crazy sound bites today. Like, I gotta go back and clip these and just play them randomly. All right. We got two brawny people that we about to be talking about next. Two big brawly motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And that first one is Luke Cage. I've been telling you that Mike Coulter will most likely reprise his role, and Feige was basically waiting on him to confirm. He has indeed confirmed. As of right now, Luke Cage is slated to appear in Daredevil Born Again as they plant the seed for the Defenders to appear in the MCU. Man, I love me some Luke Cage. I'll tell you that. I think Luke Cage is a great show on Netflix. I think Mike Coulter is a great actor, and he does an incredible job as Luke Cage. He's so good that I honestly cannot see anyone else being him. Fortunately, we are not going to get Danny Rand, the Iron Fist. If we do get Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, he will be recast. It will not be the same person that it was in the original show, which I think is a W, because me personally wasn't the biggest fan. Me personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of Danny Rand. Okay, that's just it. I just wasn't. So I'm hoping that we get a new person for him, and I'm super hyped for this movie, for this show, which is Daredevil Born Again. The cameos that we're supposed to have in Daredevil Born Again are through the roof. Everything we know about Daredevil is amazing, and I am so excited to check it out, and I just cannot wait. And I hope you guys are excited and ready as well. And that's really it when it comes to Luke Cage with Mike Coulter and Daredevil Born Again. And then finally, the last big boy that we're gonna be talking about today, and that is Fantastic Four, but really The Thing. We're talking about The Thing on the Fantastic Four. That is what we are about to talk about. Y'all remember when we talked about who could possibly play The Thing in Fantastic Four, and if there was a character to be race swapped, it would be him. I've gotten some word on who is in the running. Daveed Diggs is one of the top candidates. They're looking for a person of color for at least one of the roles, and a Jewish actor specifically for Ben Grimm, since he's Jewish in the comics. Diggs is 2 for 2 in that department. So it's very likely that we could be looking at Daveed Diggs as our new Thing. You know, I think that would be, pretty solid. I have no idea who this person is. He looks pretty cool. I could see him being a Ben Grimm, to be honestly. You know what I mean? He looks like a Ben Grimm already, and I know they're probably going to change up how he looks and whatnot for the movie. But for real, he really does have like a Ben Grimm type of vibe to him, and I think that's awesome. And I am definitely here for it. I don't know why they're looking to cast a person of color so specifically, I understand definitely wanting to keep him Jewish within the comic books, but wanting to change his, I don't know. Keeping his religion, changing his race is an interesting choice, but hey, I'm not the writers, I'm not the creative minds behind it, so I don't know. But it does fit though, because not a lot changes narratively if you keep the religion, and because that's a lot about a character is built on what they believe in, and not necessarily what color their skin is. So I can understand it, but at the same time, I think it's a little uncalled for with the Fantastic Four specifically, and with anyone period for no reason. I don't see it if it's not narratively relevant. There's not a reason to do it. So that's kind of what we know though for The Thing and for Ben Grimm and whatnot. So let me know how you guys feel about that in the comment section down below, because I am definitely interested in hearing your thoughts. Fourth graders have salty mouths these days. They have access to the internet, which is unrated language ratings on shows. Movies are pretty pointless. Nah, not even, because my son don't watch none of that stuff at all. He has a kid's account on Netflix. He barely even gets to watch anime because, it'd be wildin'. So I think a lot of people are actually utilizing these things. It's just the fact that it's just parenting, yo. That's really it. I'm not here to shit on anyone's parenting, but if you should know what your kids are doing on the internet, because the internet is completely just unrestricted. So as parents, it's up to us to put that type of, I guess, restrictions onto what information that our children are able to access. That's just it. There's no other way around it. And I'm happy that they have this feature, because I wouldn't want my son watching Daredevil. Just to be honest, because there's some wild shit that's happening in Daredevil, and he's young, and that shit is very impressionable on young audiences. That's not something that's just made up, that's a fact. So yeah, I think this is a dub. I think it's a dub to see Secret Invasion being TVMA. I think it's a dub that is going to be behind the little lock wall. The utensils, the tools are there to stop our kids from getting access to these things. It's up to us as parents to utilize them. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. So I can't wait to check out. I can't wait for Marvel to get more into this position, and if parents want their kids watching that shit, that's up to them as parents. That's not nothing that anyone controls other than the parents. In my opinion. And it's once people start being like, oh, it's because of the internet. It's like, no, son. You know what I mean? If a kid got access to a bottle of alcohol and got drunk, that wouldn't be on the kid. That would be on the parent immediately. And that's the same way that it is with with social media, with any of this technology. It's not to me, it's not rocket science to me, but I can understand why some parents don't understand, because it's just the age of technology right now, and it's hard to put any type of restraints on technology, especially if the parents don't understand the technology well enough to put those restraints on it. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. Agreeing with Sensei, my kids are locked down on what they can access. Oh yeah, locked it down. It's like Fort Knox to try to get into something around these parts. And then we got we got Xfinity to where we can control devices. I'll cut your ass off the internet. You know what I'm saying? I am many things, but I am not a parent, and that's probably a good thing. Yo, Maisu. Nah, you seem like you'd be a W parent. I could see it. I could see you being a W mom for real. You probably have like all the little snacks and shit. Have your kid watching all the Halloween movies every year. Yeah, you could do it if you put your mind to it. No, I'm just playing. But that is it for today. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in with me and vibing out. We have had a wonderful day on Marvel Bros today. We've talked about a jam-packed load of things, and you guys are awesome for being here with me, and I hope everyone has had a marvelous time. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest things that we talk about. I'm talking movie reviews, movie news, pop culture news, all things Marvel, everything comic book, all things nerdy. You know what I'm saying? We be talking about a whole bunch of nerdy stuff on there. So make sure you guys tune in, because it be going down. And if you're interested in keeping up with a little bit more of Sensei, you can definitely tap in with me on social media, on my streams, on everything, because I am on there. You can definitely tune in. I'm probably going to be streaming later tonight once I put the kiddos to sleep, and all that good stuff, and me and the wife are done chilling and what we're doing and whatnot. I may stream, I may not. Who knows what's going to be going on. But regardless, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't already, make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream because it helps out tremendously. You guys have been incredible today. I cannot lie, and I definitely appreciate it. You guys have made it a very marvelous Monday, and I hope I have made it a marvelous Monday for you too. And as I say all the time, I hope all of you guys stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marv Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvbros.com. Buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
And on today's pop culture news update,
On today's pop culture news update,